I don't have a middle name. My parents were too poor. They couldn't afford one. I grew up in the Bronx on 2275 Davidson Avenue. And if you go there, you'll see on the house, the apartment building, it says, Dolph Shays lived here. I spray painted it myself. I kept growing and growing and growing. Must have been the gefilte fish that I was eating or something. And so I was able to develop the pure game of basketball, which they call schoolyard ball. I played outside to learn how to dribble and pass, learned how to really play basketball. And then when I got drafted by Syracuse, I thought I was going to the edge of the Arctic Circle. So I was paid $7,500 to play basketball, to play a game you liked. I mean, this was crazy. They're going to pay me to play a game? We were like the dead-end kids. We were the guys who, if we were 10 points behind in the fourth quarter, we'd say, we're going to win. In those years, professional basketball had a reputation of being rough and tough and aggressive and fighting and all that stuff. I have a ring, I wear my championship ring. No matter where I go, people will look at it and say, well, you were on an NBA championship? Wow. Of course, they never buy me a drink or lunch, but they say big time stuff. The fans, they just adopted every player on the team. You were a big shot.
And one of those fans was 15-year-old Rick Snyder, one of the Nationals' youngest season ticket holders.
He lived across from Thorndon Park on Ostrom Avenue, and my friend Jim Honig and I would sit on the curb across from his house waiting for him to come out so we could see him.
Dolph was the key player on the Nats, and to us it was always important that Dolph was Jewish.
On a cold Syracuse winter night in 1951, Dolph met his future wife, Naomi Gross.
And when we were introduced, a spark flew from her finger to mine, a static part of electricity. It almost knocked me over. And you know, when you're a ball player, you're traveling all the time, and she really brought up the kids, and I was lucky to have a wonderful wife.
Dolph Shays passed away on December 10th, 2015, but will always be a presence in central New York, whether it's at the JCC's Shays Family Gymnasium or the Shays Family Lounge at Temple Concord. But his greatest legacy will always be at the top of the key in the center of our hearts.
I remember when he asked me to dance and my face was in his belt buckle.
We're very grateful to the whole family for what they've done for the town.
And of course, I thought Dolph Shays was the greatest. I tried to mimic shooting his two-handed set shot.
He was Jewish and he lived in our community, and it was really special to have him here.
Dolph was an amazing basketball player. He's in the NBA Hall of Fame, the 50 greatest of all time list. But the truth is, that's only a tiny piece of who Dolph is. Dolph, the person, is every bit the Hall of Fame human being that he was as a basketball player.
He said, come give me a hug. And I says, just a minute. And I pulled a chair and I stood on top of the chair. And then I could hug him.